What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the How do I fuck that up? Welcome into the premier hockey podcast, the largest hockey podcast, the hockey podcast with the most buzz that only talks about hockey. Before we get started here, this episode is brought to you by freaking Betalytics. Now, let me just show you what you could do, okay? When you go on Betalytics, use code HNIS for 25% off any package. This is not a handicapper. This is what it is. There's game projections. There's player projections. For example, tonight, you have the association, you have the NHL, you click on view projections, and there's a star rating system. If this thing will ever load, might be the Wi-Fi. I don't know if it's Betalytics' page, but there we go. And for example, Vinny Trocheck is due to have a horrific night. See all that? 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. So yeah, man, you just go on. JT Miller has a 4 out of 5 stars to take over 1.5 shots. So that is Betalytics. That's how it works. And you know what? The thing I like about Betalytics, Swish, is that when you're gambling and you pick the bets by yourself and you lose, guess what? You only have yourself to blame. The thing I like about Betalytics is that if you pick something off their website and their model and it loses, you can blame them, because that's really hot right now. What's really popular is blaming things on other people instead of looking inward. So yeah. This episode is brought to you by Betalytics.
That's huge too, because then you can just DM them at Betalytics and just motherfuck them.
Do it,
right? Because you're paying them to basically get all of your bets right. And that's the thing. Like the other night when I picked Kadri to score because he had 6 goals in the last 5 games, I actually went against Betalytics and what they told me to do. And I try to trust my own chin, and it didn't work out. Obviously, Betalytics was right, but I went right at him. I went right at one of our sponsors, which is pretty cool because it's real. And they actually retweeted it.
That's nails.
They said, good luck.
I went with them. They had Ovechkin, obviously, and I took it, and he scored. This episode is also brought to you by Men's League Sweaters. If you look at this beautiful jersey I have on, Hockey Night in Scottsdale, we're going to give another one away to a commenter on the next when this is done in the comments, and also our ski video comes out.
Yep.
So brought to you by Men's League Sweaters. Sorry for all the advertisements right now, but that's just showbiz. If you need jerseys for your men's league, if you want this one for fun, go to mensleaguesweaters.com.
Yeah, they got everything covered. They actually their Instagram page is cool too. So go check out Men's League Sweaters. Get your team dialed in, your beer league squad, and obviously that Hockey Night in Scottsdale one. That's sick. I wish we could have our name bars on them. Maybe if they re-up us for the next month, we'll get that dialed in. Lastly, we are always brought to you by ME Squared Pizza. Bob Gucci. ME Squared is Detroit style. It is award-winning pizza, and also they have cocktails and burgers. How is your burger over there, Seabass? Go check them out. They are available in, I believe, 13 or 14 states off the top of my chin. ME Squared, go check them out. They are in, I believe, New York. They have their spots in Alabama, California, Connecticut, D.C., Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, North Carolina, Nevada, as I said, New York, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Virginia. We were down in their location in Florida, Fort Lickerdale. Fella, it was pretty good, man. Like, I was surprised. Like, it came in like it was going to be a true heavyweight, like I don't know, like a Cam Jansen build. And that's no disrespect to Cam, but just like a heavyweight. Like, you don't want to mess with him. Like, he might beat you up. Like, it might get in your stomach. It might start throwing lefts and rights, and all of a sudden you think you're pregnant. But it was lighter than I thought, and it was actually really good. The sauce was good. The pepperoni was good. Man, it was an everyday pizza, and especially if we were starting off like our shift of our runner of the night, it was a nice way to establish a base.
No, the pizza was actually good, and I'm from New York. I take my pizza judging very seriously. I also found out I'm 6% Jewish. My mom took a 20.
That's huge.
Yeah, even though the racist side of my family, they're like, no, we're not. But there's a little bit of Jew in my blood, like 6% or something crazy like that. By the way, that company went bankrupt. By the way, 23andMe. So.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened? They were scamming everyone, right?
Yeah, I think no one really just cared what it was. And you have some guy working in the back of there, and he's just shoving in random races to your spit tube. You know, you mail in your spit, and then some dude in the back is just kind of picking whatever you are. It's a big scam. So.
Yeah, we touched on it before, because you could either spit or you could come if you wanted to into that tube. But then everyone's results came back. They were all traced back to Africa, and everyone thinks they were black. For like anyone that did those tests, and we've talked about on the show before, from 2008 to I'd say probably 2018, like that decade, everyone that did a 23andMe actually thinks they're black. Like, it's not, you're not black. Like, you're 100% Italian. No, I actually have some black in me. I'm like, No, you don't. Just shut up.
Yeah. Speaking of black people, Ovechkin, how about what he's doing right now? The guy's on a mission. I just want to say something since we're a hockey show.
Yep.
I'm not hating, but I have a feeling that when he's done with this route he's on, he's going to fall off a cliff. And I don't mean disrespect by that. I just think at some point there's got to be some sort of adrenaline dump.
Yep.
He's going all out. I mean, the guy is a machine right now. He's just scoring. All he cares about is that record, scoring at a ridiculous pace right now, like kind of just floating around, but getting the puck in the back of the net. I think next year we see a completely different Ovechkin. I think he's just going to hit this record and fall off a fucking cliff.
Before I comment on that, how does, speaking of black people and Ovechkin, relate to each other?
I don't know. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. Yeah, it's such a Ovechkin being black kind of night. How many is he away? Is he four?
I think he's four.
Four away.
Did you hear?
I guess 4. Yeah, we're seeing the graphic right now as we have the game pulled up, but
3 to tie, right? Did you see that they're flying Gretzky around to go to the game? Like, dude,
how pissed is he though?
He's got to be so mad. That's so ridiculous because he doesn't want that record to be broken. It's gonna be broken, but flying Gretzky around and dragging him through this, like that's like flying around with your ex-girlfriend and seeing what restaurants her new boyfriend takes her to. It's like, come on. Dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's like flying around to see your ex-wife of all these things she's accomplishing while you left her or she left you. It's like, dude, do you really want to see this? Like, there's got to be a part of Gretzky who's like, he's a classy guy and he wants to show the public and do right by hockey, but there's no way that he's actually enjoying this. Like, he's probably just getting shit-faced every night, just trying to cope with it.
You don't want that record broken. I don't care what Gretzky says, how he says, like, oh, it's an honor. This guy's a great player. Look at him standing straight up in the neutral zone.
It's nails.
And I thought the whistle blew.
And how about the other night too, when he was on BC's campus, like just hanging out, crushing Bud Light. There was a couple of people like this. I don't want to mention his name because he seems like an absolute pigeon. Well, I'm not going to say his name, but his name's Paul Vincent. I guess he's like a skills coach in and around the Boston area. And he was like chiming me about, because there was this one tweet that a guy came out and said, like, I can't believe Leonard's out 72 hours later after his team at BC lost. Like, if anything, he should be sulking in the corner. So I kind of quote tweeted and said, dude, he just signed an NHL deal. The greatest goal scorer of all time eventually invites him out for a beer. Of course he's going to have one. And then this Paul Vincent guy, who I'm not going to mention his name.
Don't mention his name. Paul Vincent.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention this guy, Paul Vincent's name again, but Paul Vincent came out and like quote tweeted or responded to me and basically said, you shouldn't be having a beer if you're 20 years old under the age of 21. I was like, oh, like, okay, Paul, he's the first 20-year-old to ever have a beer. Like, dude, you're on BC's campus. It's karaoke night at the spot you're at. You're with the greatest goal scorer of all time. You just signed for absolute sheets. You can have a beer, dude. Like, he's not the first 20-year-old to ever have a beer. Like, shut up. And I'm not going to say his name. It's Paul Vincent, but
don't say his name.
I won't, man.
But Paul Vincent, isn't it crazy how people dehumanize athletes? Like, they just think because they had a bad game, they can't go out and party. If anything, it's more the reason to party.
Right.
You sign the NHL.
You go on a bender.
Go, dude, have a beer, right? And then one thing I just wanted to point out about that, I think it's so weird that dudes record other dudes like Ovechkin at the bar having a beer.
Yeah.
And obviously, since the NHL media is so boring, it pops up on every single NHL page, every single meme page. Like, oh my God, Ovechkin's having a beer. I just don't think that's cool. And remember the story I told you about? I'm not going to name names, but in Florida, I was with an NHL player and not going to name any names. My friend brought this other guy to the table.
Yeah, classic.
So I'm just like, okay, like
it's always a tough play when a dude brings another dude from the outside in.
You hate it, dude.
It's
just like we don't need any new friends. I'm not trying to be a dickhead, but also we do have a guy that plays in the NHL around us. So we go to cheer shots, and now the NHL guy wasn't drinking shots. He had a beer. So as we're cheersing, I don't think I've said this on the pod before. I see the guy that my friend brought, with his phone like this, recording the NHL player.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, right then and there, I lose all respect for you. That's so fucking weird. And you're not even a hockey fan either. He's just recording the guy drinking just to have it on his phone. And I think that's one of the weirdest things. I get why people do it. They're fans. It's Ovechkin. He's in the bar. They want to videotape it. I just think it's really weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird play. I get it.
It's really gay.
I don't get it, but I understand it more on a college campus because those kids are like shell shocked that Ovechkin's at the bar. But when you're on the other side of college and you're 32 years old and you're recording a kid that's probably younger than you, it's just weird. It's like,
Oh
dude,
yeah, getting back to the Leonard thing.
like,
Yeah.
what are you doing, man?
I mean, if you can go in the army and get your head blown off by a guy wearing sandals, you should be allowed to go. That's the first thing I would do if I was in office. Not a political podcast. Lower the drinking age from 21 to 18. If you can go to the army, get a belly button piercing, you can literally sign up for Brazzers as an 18-year-old and just get stuffed on national websites.
Yeah,
International websites.
Yeah, offshore websites. But you're right. Like, if there's one thing Canada's doing right, it's they have the drinking ages. They have those down. 18, 19, it goes every other province. That's smart because you should be able to throw at least by 18. 19, I kind of like it's like that in between age.
19's good. I think 19's good
because you don't want the only problem you run into with the 18-year-old drinking age is you run into a problem that there could be potentially 15-year-olds in the bar, and that gets a little weird. Now we're going to a situation similar to what we saw over the weekend with a teacher whacking a 15-year-old. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that, and I just that always confuses me because the teacher is always hot.
I know.
Why is the teacher that's banging her student always an absolute smoke?
I don't know, and it's like it's always in Florida too. It's like Orlando or somewhere inland,
aka Orlando.
Yeah, and it's like if you're that kid and what's rape at that point? You know what I mean? Like, like is it you were staying after school to do a little bit of a one-on-one because little Tommy can't figure out his pre-algebra, and then all of a sudden she's got your hands on your pants and she's playing the accordion. I don't know, man. Like if the teacher was hot and you don't say no, is that rape because you're 15? Like if I'm 15 and I'm horned up, like I might let her rape me.
So are you saying that you should be able to consent as a 15-year-old if it's a hot teacher?
I think so, and especially if you're a dude. I think the other way isn't right. If it's a guy that's the teacher and it's a young girl, that is totally offsides. That guy should be burned in prison. But I'm saying if it's a young boy and you put your Herbie Hancock on the line and you sign off on that, like
I don't know.
Is 15 too young? How about 16?
I mean,
what if you can drive a car?
I hit puberty when I was like 23. So
yeah,
for me, I just don't understand why the woman is attracted to the kid.
Yeah.
And also it always happens where the kid's parent like finds out on their phone.
Right.
How are they leaving their phone around unlocked, or does the parent know the passcode? Like how did this relationship? And also,
well, iCloud.
You have to, iCloud's crazy.
You can get caught, man.
Actually, I mean, and also like for a 15-year-old to be throwing their wrench around to the point where it's satisfying a teacher, you also have to kind of respect the 15-year-old for that. Like if you're going that hard, that ham in the bedroom and pleasing like a 30-year-old teacher, like good for you. Like, I don't know where your game came from, but I do respect it a little bit. But yeah, dude, that's like a really bad felony. I think she's going to be locked up.
Yeah, I just think like from the kid standpoint, again, like I don't know like what kind of PTSD is going to suffer from this. I don't want to get in that. I'm just speaking from the street cred sense. Like imagine you're on the JV football team or the freshman team and you're running the wing T offense and you're the fullback, and like that's such a good story for the locker room, man. Like all the boys are so pumped for you.
Especially since the coach of the football teams are always trying to touch your ass,
right?
But you're actually getting real ass from the women of the facility, the faculty. Sorry,
like now the biology teacher, Mr. Austin, he's so jealous of you
for sure.
Like you got it done and he can't. Like that's pretty sweet, man.
Yeah, I wonder how much teachers cheat because pilots
a lot.
You think?
Yeah, teachers cheat a lot.
Do they? What is it about a school that gets people so horny?
It's just a thought, man, of I think all teachers have to be, especially at a public school, are a little pedo.
Yeah, I mean,
like there's always those good dudes. You probably have like the handful of like you could probably name the 2 teachers that you really liked. Like, wow, those were good guys. Like for me, it was like Mr. Larson was an awesome guy. I remember him.
Shout out to Mr. Larson,
great dude.
My
history teacher, great dude.
My photography teacher started dating a girl in my grade.
How old was he?
40 something, and his wife was a PE teacher. I should not be saying this on the air, but it actually happened. It is public knowledge. I think they're still together too.
Wait, in high school?
In high school, they started like doing hand stuff, I guess, and eventually, when it was no pedo shit.
Wax on, wax off.
When she turned 18, they started dating.
Really?
And he left the wife, and she was the PE teacher, which is weird because usually the PE teacher, like, I feel like that's kind of
that gets weird, man. Because then it's like you're like a USHL futures pick, and you have to wait until they can play in the league, and then you go back to it. That's almost weirder.
that's grooming territory, though,
Yeah,
because you were her teacher before she was legally able to bunk.
Right.
So that's a weird scenario for sure.
It's you're almost like grooming, and I don't know, that gets weird. That's offside.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, this is a hockey show.
Yeah, this is a hockey show. Getting back to the hockey, I'm surprised they have an entire half of the screen dedicated to Ovechkin. I mean, I get it if he's on the ice, but it's been like that the whole time. What's it called? The Great Chase?
Yeah, the Great Chase.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Great Chase, man.
Dude, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, the security guard, that lady that we know out front,
yeah.
was wheeling me again. Hard.
Don't say anything personal about it. Was she? Dude, I think she
my-
likes it. She called you Hollywood last time.
Yeah, I don't know if she called you Hollywood or me Hollywood, but
I think it was you. She was looking through the window at
God
you.
damn, man. I don't know. I had my hat off and then I put a beanie on. She goes, "Don't put your beanie on." I go, "Why?"
Damn.
She goes, "Because you're cute enough, honey."
Damn. She said that to
Like,
you?
I've never had a woman talk to me like this. Like,
Dude.
like I don't know if I should pursue it or
You should, yeah.
She's like 60, but
She's hot for a 60-year-old, though.
yeah, she's a 3.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she's all right. She's
Yeah,
all right, you know?
But
She really likes you, man.
I know, man. I think, like, if anything, it would just be cool to maybe just have that, like, as a phone relationship whenever I need confidence. You know what I mean? Because, like, that goes a long way, man. Like, phone sex and different things when you're lonely, especially when you live alone. Like, that could be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I
Yeah.
mean, you got to play your own game, you know?
Right.
I'm not going to tell you what to do with your ranch or your life.
No,
but
it's not even with your own wrench. Yeah, it's just she's talking to you. She's whispering sweet, sweet nothings in your ear. It's kind of nice having those compliments like that.
that's
I
how
don't know.
you know confidence works, because she's a 3 and she's also 80 years old. But the way
Yes.
she carries herself and she goes, hey, Hollywood.
Yep.
It's like, damn, okay. Like, I like might consider pursuing a relationship with this woman
Right.
just because how she carries herself.
Yeah, because it doesn't come down to looks. It's the belief that she has in herself,
100%.
which is hot. It's that's what's attractive.
That's hot.
I think that's what you see sometimes, a lot of times, with guys that have way outkicked their coverage. It's just they have that level of retarded confidence
Yeah.
that just transfers over well, man. It's like, why does this guy that's 48% body fat and a BMI index of 52, he's 5'8", 242 pounds, have a rocket?
That's like that guy I
It all
saw.
starts with inner belief.
That's like the guy I saw in Miami this week. Remember, I
Yeah.
specifically told you about him. This guy was probably 5'3". Shout out to the Short Kings. No disrespect. He was with this girl. She's probably 5'10", 5'11", just an absolute smoke show, Russian girl. And I'm thinking to myself, like, this guy has a massive wallet. Like, this guy has scoliosis from sitting on that goddamn wallet. But who knows? Maybe he just carries himself like a boss, you know? Like, and sometimes girls like, I know we wanted to talk about pussy a lot less, but
yeah.
sometimes girls like those guys that have that weight behind them, because it's like a sign that they can throw you around. They do have that G-force going down when you're wrestling in the bedroom.
Yeah. And especially in that neck of the woods too, right? Money talks.
Money does talk. And speaking of hockey, we have Ovechkin. I just can't believe that he's this old and he's come this far. It feels like just yesterday we were watching him and Crosby go head to head on the Outdoor Life Network. I was thinking about that the other day, just cracking up about hockey being on the Outdoor Life Network. It's just so NHL for that to have happened. And the thing I like about the Outdoor Life Network is that it was a network where they were just killing life.
Yeah.
The Outdoor Life Network was just hunters shooting moose directly in the head.
Yeah, it was sweet, man, because there were so many Cabela's ads too. That was the sweet part about it. And then they would cut to a real life game of Big Buck Hunter.
Yeah, dude.
Which is sweet. And then there was fishing too on there. In case you didn't catch anything that day, you could go catch a buzz and sit down and watch in between. And they always had the best part about the Outdoor Life Network and also Versus was they also had Wednesday Night Rivalry. It was the night you love to hate. And it would be like Florida at the time, who was dog shit, just completely awful. It'd be like Florida Buffalo. It's like, this is the rivalry you picked for Wednesday night. It's a horrible game.
Yeah, it was terrible. It's funny how you can go from seeing a guy shoot an innocent deer directly in the head with a bow and arrow, and then 2 seconds later, erectile dysfunction commercial, and then Crosby and Ovechkin going head to head with Doc Emmerich on the call.
Yeah,
like, it was a cool network.
Yeah,
they also switched to Versus after that, I think, right?
Yeah, they did. Versus, and that's when they, I think, first brought in Edzo and maybe Keith Jones did a little work there too. But Versus was hilarious too because like what channel was that back in the day? It was like channel 28, I think, at least where I was. It was hilarious, man.
For me, it was like in the hundreds.
Yeah.
It was way deep. But remember that sexual tension between Edzo and Jonesy, I miss it.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not saying that they were in a gay relationship, but the way they bounced off each other and the way that chemistry is like, it made me, I don't know, it brought me a lot of joy, and I miss it.
Yeah, no, the way they could talk to each other because they always had to say each other's name. Like you've obviously tweeted out it for years, but it was always back to you, Edzo. Okay, Jonesy, back to you. And Edzo, for whatever reason, is really sensitive.
Is he?
Yeah, if you notice, like when Brian Boucher would maybe throw a little jab and like nothing that would even seem at surface level harmful, he gets a little sensitive.
Does he? Yeah, he soft side to him.
Yeah, well, I think he's just I don't know if it's ego in the way or whatever it is, but. Yeah, he kind of gets a little soft.
Brian Boucher is blind, by the way. No disrespect to Brian Boucher, but do you remember the playoffs like 2-3 years ago? And the refs are getting every single call wrong. And Don Koharski, they bring him in and be like, Don, what'd you see from the refs on that play? Don's just absolutely shit-faced. I'm like, oh fuck. He dropped an F-bomb on the air one time. He's like, oh fuck. I think the goalie's in the paint there. You can't fucking skate through the paint. And then the call will actually be a good goal. Brian Boucher tweeted out, he was like, I'm so tired of everyone making fun of the refs. It's like, Brian, they're getting every single call wrong.
Dude, Don Koharski, oh my God. That guy reffed my first year pro. He was in the American Hockey League. He just got demoted from the NHL because he literally couldn't skate anymore.
Just because his beer barrel? Or
and
what?
Coho was, I was like, I kept hearing this name Coho. Like, who's Coho? Coho this, Coho that. Our coaches would be on him. And like, you would ask him a question mid-game, like, Coho, you completely fucked up that call. He's like, I don't give a shit. Who cares? It's fucking Sunday in Rockford. You're like, what? Like, how can a ref just completely not care about anything he's doing? Like, I remember him going up to one of our players, Cody Beach, who now is actually a ref in the National Hockey League. Shout out to Beecher. And it was in warm-up, and Beecher was like going across the red line. I forget who we were playing. I think we were playing Milwaukee in the Amtrak rivalry. And they were at the Allstate Arena in Rosemont, and he was skating across the red line, like totally on Milwaukee's side for warm up. And Coho, before the game started, because the referees usually they're not out there, so it's just like the linesman. And he looks at Beecher, goes, Beecher, I don't give a shit what you do tonight. I'm not calling anything. And I remember Beecher like ran 3 guys from behind, jumped a kid, put a stick in one dude's face, like just doing whatever he wanted. Coho didn't even bat an eye because Coho, I think at the time was so mad and choked that he was in the AHL, and he was like, man, he was old. He was like 50.
I didn't know refs can get sent down.
Yeah, I think they were just like, this guy can't even move on the ice anymore, so he still wants to work rather than just firing him. We're just going to demote him to the American Hockey League.
That story you told me where he was by the bench and he was like leaning over and someone on the bench was like, hey, you missed that fucking call in the corner. You got to watch that. He turns around and he goes, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. That was in Texas. So this guy
being a ref and saying that, like, dude, you're officiating a professional hockey game. Like, there's guys, livelihoods on the line, like careers are on the line. It's important. And for you to,
I mean, the health and safety alone. Like,
can you say the story?
Yeah, it was like so we were playing in Texas, and Coho, I think at the time, was only reffing in the Central Division. So back in my first year pro, you only played in division. So you played the same 5 teams 14 times. And that was it. So we'd play Texas, we'd play Rockford, we'd play Milwaukee, Iowa, and Cleveland. And that was it. So these games, like by game 8, these are an absolute bloodbath. So we're down in Cedar Park where the Texas Stars play. And Johnny Anderson, a legend, NHL legend, 40-goal scorer, played in Toronto, was our coach. He was a drunk, but he was a beauty. So Johnny is on the bench, and he's, Coho at this point probably missed 2 or 3 calls. They go way back just through the Iron League and the NHL. And Johnny looks at Coho. He goes, Coho, hey, wake up. You missed that fucking call. He goes, Johnny, shut the fuck up. He goes, what? He goes, I don't give a fuck. He just turns around and the play keeps going on. I'm like, this is pro hockey. At this point, this is probably like my 40th game of pro hockey. I'm thinking a referee just told a coach he doesn't give a fuck that he missed a call. Like he had missed like blatant calls. It wasn't 1. It was like 2 or 3. Yeah. For Johnny to see that with his furnace face, he must have missed at least 2 or 3 calls. And at that point, it was I just like looked at my D partner, Chris Butler, or whoever I was playing with, Peter Harold, like one of our NHL veterans that was back in the jungle. I'm like, what is going on? He's like, dude, welcome to the jungle.
So how far ahead of time do you know what ref group is reffing your game? Is it the morning of?
Yeah, I would say in the American League, you're going to get the same set of refs Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because they want to minimize the travel. The NHL is different, where crews are in and out, but the American League, if you get that guy Friday, you're going to have him for the 3-3, and especially back in those days, you're definitely having him. So you get Coho Friday night, you say the wrong word to him, he might chalk you up for 3 10-minute majors.
Do you think he actually had like a serious drinking problem, or he just like getting after it a little bit?
I don't know if he had a serious drinking problem. I think at that point where he was at in his life, when again he got sent down to ref only in the American League, I think he was just so checked out, and he literally didn't care. I think it was like his mission just to make it a complete mockery. But at the same time, like, man, and especially at that level, you got to police the game.
I mean, it's the second best league in the world.
It could get out of hand really quick. I mean, I was in that game when Vince Dunn knocked out Curtis Gabriel off the ice
in the hallway. Yep.
Yeah, like
I remember that.
That was the American League back in the day. So you got to like make sure these guys are okay, and especially if you have an older criminal taking advantage of a young rookie, say me at the time, like you got to be in there. But he wasn't. He was so checked out, he didn't even care.
He was shit faced.
Yeah, he was probably a little buzzed. Like fuck, probably had a flask, a couple beers before.
To keep up, people don't put respect on referees. To keep up with the professional hockey league, that's impressive enough. And if you're doing it 8 beers deep, like shout out to Don Koharski. I got to get a Koharski jersey. What number did you wear? Do you remember?
I don't remember what number he was in the American League, but I remember NHL numbers for refs and linesmen, but I don't remember what Coho rocked. It was so funny though. His barrel too. Like anytime you get hit with a puck, you just be motherfucking the guy. Like I swear, if you hit him with a dump in or a clearing attempt, like if you hit him, he was giving you a 2-minute penalty within the period. Like that was Coho. Like it felt like the game was rigged.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is though, because he's blatantly telling your coach. They're like, "Hey, you missed that call. It's a tough one." He's like, "I don't give a fuck."
Yeah, like he didn't care anything to do with the outcome in terms of like rigging the game, like Pete Rose style. But in the sense, he also didn't care for what happened to anyone on the ice. Like you could got your top rack of jibs taken out. He'd be like, "Oh, didn't see it." Like what?
Speaking of guys that don't care, did you? What are your thoughts on? First of all, Tortorella to Cam York. I guess there's like a beef there. Tortorella's always beefing with somebody. I don't know if it's because Cam York is a ginger or what. Actually, is Cam York a ginger? I think he's got a little bit
he
of
is.
ginger.
He's a ginger, yep.
Well, gingers, by the way, people with orange hair, I'll stand by this. I've said it before. The most discriminated against people in the world is gingers. We'll get to the ginger segment.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So that one, and then
especially the women.
Duclair getting just reamed out publicly by what's his name? I didn't think that one was that bad. Like he just called him out like, "Hey, he's lucky to be in the lineup." That's just tough coaching. But
right.
The Tortorella Cam York one, didn't he say like, if this guy resigns here, you're not going to play?
Yeah, and I want to touch on. I'm not going to name the guy's name, but it was so funny. We in the locker room one year. It was actually with Johnny Anderson, who was hilarious, and
Who's that?
I was talking about the same coach. I was talking about Koharski in the minors, and he was talking to this French kid, and he goes, "Hey, Jan, you know why you're on the fourth line?" And he goes, "No, Johnny, I don't." He goes, "Because we don't have a fucking fifth."
That's a great line.
That was a classic. So that kind of reminds me of the Petty Waugh instance with Duclair. Like, yeah, I mean, do I think a guy should take a shot at a player publicly like that? Maybe not, but maybe it's a wake-up call and he's just fed up. So, and it's French on French crime too at the end of the day. Dookie's from Montreal, Petty Waugh's a Frenchman, so who knows on that front. But the Tortorella, Cam York, and you mentioned gingers, who are arguably the most hated
discriminated against
people, I would say
yeah.
are hated people in the world, the old fire crotches. Man, that's if Tortorella actually said that to York, where he's like, "I'm gonna fucking bury you," like,
yeah, is that true?
I've had that said to me too, though. Like these old school coaches, like that's how they flex their power. But to my knowledge, Yorkie kind of went back at him.
Really?
Yeah.
Like how, publicly?
No, I think just at the time, like they kind of got out that when Tortorella said that to him, I think he fired back at him. I
respect that. And I bet you Tortorella respected that too. Yeah. He's a Boston guy. Like if you're getting barked at by a guy from Boston, you bark back. That makes them respect you more.
Yep.
But you had what's the worst thing you think a coach ever said to you?
I've had guys say like something like that. I've had coaches say why are you even playing hockey? Like, you should just go get a different job. It's like, dude, I'm in the NHL. Like, what do you mean?
You've had guys say that?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm getting paid to play hockey. Like, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
not that bad.
Like, where you shouldn't even be playing hockey. Like, why are you here? It's like, what? You called me in your office to say this? Like, are you kidding me?
I had a not on your level, but I had a coach. He's actually dead now. He was a huge. I mean, I don't want to speak ill will on the dead, but he has shuddered.
Yeah.
He called me one night out of nowhere. Phone rings. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I answer the phone. It's actually pretty late. Actually, he's probably drunk. And he goes, I just want to let you know that if you think you're going to play NCAA Division III hockey, you're out of your mind.
T3.
Yeah. He goes, you would never even make University of Rhode Island's club team. You're that bad. And I was like, okay, anything else? And that was it. And the phone call
Just hung up.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was it. And it was because I had a bad practice.
That is funny.
It wasn't even because I had a bad game. And I was like, yeah, I know. Like, I know I'm going to Arizona State. But the fact that he said that, yeah, he's fucking.
These coaches are those
guys
guys.
I guess
those guys are crazy though. Like, everyone's like making a big deal about this, like, Tortorella shit. Like, yeah, you shouldn't say that to a kid. I'm gonna fucking bury you. And probably, who knows, if he was there next year, he might have buried him. That's just the reality. Like, that's not the first time that's ever happened. I mean, I had a coach when I decommitted from the University of Wisconsin, Mike Eves. I'm not gonna name names, Mike Eves.
Yeah, Mike Eves. Don't name his name though.
I mean, when I decommitted from his school because they were so bad at the time, like, he told me, like, I think he said "fuck you" like 15 times. Dude, I was 14.
The one thing about these
like,
coaches,
that's like, I'm 15, 14 years old, whatever I was. I think I was 15. It's like, bro, what good is this gonna do? Like, I'm 15, man. You're 53. Like, imagine saying that to a kid, like, go fuck yourself.
A
like,
lot of
what?
them are hotheads. I had a coach that bottled somebody in the head in a Vegas nightclub. True story.
Yeah.
I also had a coach get arrested for selling weed to the players on the team.
That's cool.
In Bantam on Long Island.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But
So
it's like,
that was cool.
Go fuck yourself. It's like, dude, I haven't even fucked myself yet. I haven't even tugged.
I think the players, I think some coaches, by the way, this is a hockey show. We're talking about so much hockey. It's actually freaking me out how much hockey we're talking about.
It's just a lot of hockey.
I think some coaches just don't have the wherewithal to try to figure things out the right way. And at the end of the day, you're younger than them. You're a player. You're affecting their job too. And they just take it out on the players.
Yeah.
Like, who else are they going to take it out on?
Yeah. Because
their wife?
Well, they're divorced. And yeah, I mean, it's just those guys, they're just flexing their power. They're all just insecure fucks. At the end of the day, it just comes down to they're just not good people.
A lot of coaches aren't. Yeah.
Like, if you're a good dude, you're not in that headspace.
Yeah. There's good coaches out there too. But there's also really bad coaches. It's just like everything. It's just like there's coaches out there that probably I don't know.
There's good priests and bad priests, man.
There's a lot of bad priests.
There's a lot of bad priests.
There's a lot of bad things going on with the Pope.
Imagine just getting into being a priest just to touch. That's weird.
I lost a lot of respect for the Pope. I used to think he was cool because his fits go so hard. They wear those hats.
Yeah, those hats are sweet.
They live in the Vatican. It's like 20,000 feet. You got marble floors. It's dope, man. And I found out, like, they're not even getting pussy. They're gay for kids. I'm just like, well, I don't even want to be this religion anymore.
But if they could have women, they would be fine because,
well, it's a loophole. So they're not allowed to get married, which is actually kind of furta. But you should be taking advantage of that by, flying in chicks from Buenos Aires and shit.
Yeah.
Not going to the kids.
If you're a priest, you should, like, it should be like how official visits were back in the day. Like, you get 5 a year. Like, you should be able to fly in 5 different girls a year just to do whatever you want, and God's okay with that. Because otherwise, if you don't get boxed, man, you're gonna go crazy.
You do go crazy.
That's just, I mean,
we talk about all the time. Old white ladies that don't have a wrench to sit on anymore, they go crazy.
The scariest ladies or even people in the world is a woman over 60 years old without a dude.
Yep.
They will go batshit on you.
And I don't think they need a dude for their life, but they haven't been whacked in a long time, and that'll happen, man.
Well, it offsets just their brain chemistry. And that is a scary woman in a grocery store. That's a scary woman in and around a garden. You don't want to be around a woman that hasn't had a wrench in 10 plus years and she's 6 years old. That woman will kill you. She will carve your heart out. She'll carve your heart out with a butter knife, like just right in front of you, man.
That's like old ladies when they're so jolly and friendly. Like, that's an old lady that's getting piped the right way. Now, when you have an old lady that's a huge bitch, like that lady at USPS, you know that she just probably doesn't have a dude and she's just angry at the world.
Yeah, that lady is an absolute psychopath. We got to get her back somehow after she wore 8x8 box right across my face, but I'm not going to hold it against her.
I can't believe she hit you in the head with
yeah,
the box.
it was
that's assault, brother.
It was totally on purpose too. And again, I texted you after. I said it didn't hurt, but there's no way that box, not her box, but the cardboard box, should have hit me in the face.
Did you say this on the pod yet?
No, I haven't.
You probably, I mean, you just said it, but a lady intentionally hit Swish in the head with a box at the post office. A lady we've been beefing with.
Yeah.
Like, I would never hit a woman, but hypothetically, if an NFL player were to beat her up, I wouldn't feel I would feel bad, but I'd be like,
warranted a little bit.
Yeah. Like a little. I'm not saying that I don't think women should get hit no matter what. But if an NFL, like, it's more normalized for NFL guys to beat up chicks, so I would kind of like get what's going on. I don't think it's right, but if anyone, that lady, she literally assaulted you. That's assault, bro.
That's the type of chick that you wake up in the morning next to her, hypothetically, and she's on top of you. Not that she wants to whack, but she's trying to kill you. She's going to stab you. Maybe coming after your jugular. Like, that girl's insane. What a psychopath.
Yeah. Do we have a fight going on in the chat right now? It says, the dude, can we pigeon toss this kid out of the chat for faking that he played junior in the queue? There's a little feistiness in the chat going on. Damn, the chat. This guy goes, you don't go from the queue to the USP. What's going on here?
What's the USP?
It might be time to fucking put out the link to get these people to call on the show, and we can have these guys duke it out.
Yeah, we could have. I mean, listen,
on the air. Is there anything else we want to touch on before?
Talking is one of the biggest things to hash everything out in life. Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking. I was at that smoothie place before I came over here, and there's just some certain jobs, Rob, that dudes shouldn't do. I know you're a big believer, big advocate of there should not be dude ice guys on the ice during NHL games shoveling. Like, that's a big no-no. That's a cardinal sin. But I was thinking, even to take it one step further, like, there shouldn't be dudes making smoothies and acai bowls. Like, I just, that can't be a thing.
Yeah, that's like a dude cutting your hair.
Yeah, or like a dude waitress. Like, really? You looked at me in this section? Like, all the other sections have smoking hot chicks, and you have a dude waiter now at Applebee's? That's
you have like a dude that's Romanian, but he's definitely like really gay, and he starts flirting with you, and somehow you start flirting back, and then you're questioning your sexuality the whole time. It's like, I don't want to do making my smoothie.
Yeah, and then you have, like, you know, like, there's just certain things dudes shouldn't do. A dude shouldn't be a cart dude at a golf course. Like, I don't want to.
That should not be legal. That's a thing.
This is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is brutal. Like, one of the best things about golf is seeing the cart girl.
Yeah, I would say it's more so a white buffalo in a sense, but like, you know, it's a bad day on the course. You know, you're going to score probably triple digits if you see a dude roll up and he's like, "Can I get you guys anything to drink?" It's like, buddy, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
that's tough.
I don't even think gay dudes would want dudes to serve them. There's just something about a chick's energy. We've talked about it before, but like a girl serving you stuff, it's so much more fun too.
It's really nice. Yeah, man. I mean,
it's like our waiter in Miami at Moxie's.
Yeah.
Oh my God, just an absolute firecracker. And you have one or two drinks, and you guys, you know, she's mentioned 4 times already she has a boyfriend, but it's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
we're still having a good time here.
Because, like, you know what I mean? She can come back in 45 minutes, and they could have gotten a fight over text.
Seriously.
You know what I mean? Like, you never, like, time is like the biggest essence of everything. Like, time heals and time proves. Like, who knows? Like, your best availability is just being there.
What percentage of waitresses do you think waitresses are easy to wheel?
It just depends, man. I mean, everyone's got a price.
Yeah, it does depend, because they're getting hit on all the time. Like, you really got to be creative with it.
Yeah, and the worst part is too is they're usually going to get off at an hour that you're gonna have to wait them out, and at that time, like, by the time they wash the tables, clean, help the bar backs, collect their tip money, like, they're just fighting over like 17 cents. They're pissed off.
Yeah, and
so then it's like, fuck.
They've been on their feet all day. Think about that.
And they just want to get the dogs up. And that's like the last thing they want is like some drunk asshole that tipped them out really well and was really nice and funny to like meet them at your hotel room. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, there's so many things that have to go right for you. You're better off like trying to set it up a following, you know, the next day, or maybe they have an off day, but then you might be out of their city.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, it's hard. Like, unless you have like something really cool lined up where they're like, yeah, once I get off at midnight, I'm in. But how many times do you have that? You know,
I mean, me, never.
Like, you don't have a vessel sitting out front, Key Biscayne.
No, I'm jealous of dudes with boats.
Yeah.
It's so much easier. It's just, everything's easier. And the best thing is like a superficial relationship. Like,
yeah,
you guys met each other and you like each other because she knew you had a boat. You like her because she has big tits. And the next thing you know, you're trying to figure out why you got divorced 8 years later. It's like the relationship was built off of materials.
Yeah, which is cool too, because materials, I mean, you need materials to build a house, right? Whether you get them at Home Depot or through silicone, but it's just funny how that works. Like those type of relationships, is usually it feels good going into it.
Yeah, it definitely feels good because
know?
it's all fake.
Right.
Because the whole base, most relationships, I'd say like 95% of relationships are built on lies for like the first 2 months.
Yep.
And like you guys are sharing a bed and then you start like farting around her and things just go downhill. She starts farting around you.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a big no-no.
She starts like kind of like hugging your friends like a little bit too tight. And you're like, wait, is there something going on there? And then you find out she's a huge whore. She finds out you cheated on her. It's like, it gets a little dicey. Relationships are weird.
What if you have like a really hot girlfriend, but she thinks it's like really funny to fart around you?
Nah, dude, I'm not about that.
No, I'm not about that either. But I'm saying like she does it because she knows it makes you mad or makes you feel like uncomfortable. That's like a weird.
I can't do that.
I think I would have to just walk out.
I know guys that fart right in front of chicks.
That's gross.
Right
too.
after meeting him, and I'm actually not gonna name his name.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. I was going to, but he's a former NHL hockey player. I've seen him do it. It's fucking nasty. And I'm like,
gross.
I've talked to him. I pulled him aside and be like, dude, how do you have? It's not even confidence. It's almost like a psychotic thing. How do you have what's the word? Like
wherewithal,
the ability to fart in front of a chick you just met?
Yeah, that's like, how do you like just let your butt cheeks go like that?
I've seen it, bro, and I've smelt it. Like it was
smelling it's even worse.
The first time I saw him do it, we're all in like a hotel suite just hanging out.
Yeah.
And he had this girl over. And not only did he fart, he lifted up his leg before he did it to make sure. I think it's like a weird kind of like dominance thing he has, like territorial thing. But the girls he's with, they don't really like mind it. I don't know if that's like the type of chick that he's seeing or.
So it's like a deer pissing on a tree, marking his territory, but he's doing it with a stench.
Yeah, he's kind of just proving like I could do what I want and this is who I am.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's like
I can't do that.
It's just gross. Like
it is gross.
I don't want anyone risking pink eye. I don't want just like she doesn't want to hear that. I don't want to smell it. It's just weird.
It's like dudes that are obsessed with anal.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, that's still I get it. Like she's a hot chick. I fully get it.
Yeah.
But like they still shit.
Yeah, like you
can,
the
hockey show.
This is a hockey show, and before we get back
that's
to the
still
hockey
a
talk,
butt.
like it's still like poop still comes out of it. You can convince me all you want that she has the cleanest and tightest butthole you've ever seen.
Bro, nah.
There's still poop going out of that, and she had Culver's last night.
Unless she's just not eating.
She had cheese curds and a burger.
Yeah,
and
dude.
6 beers.
That just put a weird taste in my mouth when you said that.
Yeah, well, it kind of hits your like it's almost like that puke feeling where it goes down like your throat.
Yeah, I just felt like my neck started quivering.
Yeah, you feel it in your Adam's apple.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird situation when like dudes talk about that because it's like. By the way, I woke up in Miami that one night, and I woke up and I went on Twitter and I had like more notifications than normal, and I tweeted like, "What's the deal with getting a BP?" I said, "What's the deal with getting a BBL? Like, don't disrespect me like that. You're like literally farting at a fake cheeks."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Why did I tweet that?"
Yeah.
Were you with me when I tweeted that?
Yeah, I remember you tweeted that. You said this is a good tweet. You asked me if
I asked you if it was a good tweet.
Yeah, you're like, is this a good tweet? I'm like, I don't know. You never know.
I said, don't ever disrespect me farting out of your fake cheeks with a BBL or something like that. And I also said, like, what's the deal with fake cheeks? Like, you're really gonna shit out of a fake butt? Like, there's just no reason to be tweeting stuff like that. But I did have the that wine where it was 9 ounces. They're filling it all the way up though. Which
yeah, they were topping it off nice. But I mean, they are fair and valid questions. You know,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
how do you theoretically shit out of a butt you can't feel? You know, like, can you milk tits that are fake? Chat,
like, can milk come out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can. Yeah.
So they bypass the silicone.
I don't know what it does. I'm trying to look for it. I don't know like how they do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget milk comes out of those things, man.
Yeah, man.
Isn't that crazy? All right. Should we get to the segment where we're taking up live calls? Oh, by the way, this dude playing field hockey for Providence. Did you see this?
No.
There's a dude, number 19 for Providence Friars.
He's playing against chicks?
Yeah, he's on the chicks field hockey team. I can't tell if that's nails or not. I didn't get a chance to look up his stats, but.
Well, yeah, it's pretty cool, too. I mean, because the thing is Is there field hockey for guys?
I don't think in the United
lacrosse,
States. I think it was
right?
like you got to go like Scotland for that, where they wear kilts and shit.
Yeah.
I
Or
don't think here.
they play
No.
Quidditch.
Okay, I found the tweet. I go, getting a BBL is insane. You're just shitting out of fake cheeks. And then that wasn't good enough for me. I tweeted, if you have a BBL, how you about to fart out of fake cheeks? Don't ever disrespect me like that. Like, those are just two tweets I did not need to put out there. But yeah, there is a dude on the women's field hockey team for the Friars.
Well, it's cool too because you can just pick your sex.
Nowadays, yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like he found a sport he loved, and it was women's field hockey. Like, think about how cool that is. Like, you're like, it doesn't even matter if you have a wrench or a mitt. You just play whatever you want. Like, everything's co-ed, basically.
Everything is co-ed.
Like, it's pretty cool. It's like any sport you want to play. It's considered co-ed. I actually thought about playing women's hockey.
You should.
Yeah, like
Dude, you'd be really good.
I think I'd be a top 4 defenseman for Wisconsin. I was thinking about giving
100%.
Mark Johnson a call. They just won it.
Did they?
Yeah.
They won?
Again.
Damn.
Yeah, Wisco's good.
Wisco Chicks hockey is really good. What's the other good school?
Minnesota.
Yeah, they're good.
But
and the girls are like pretty good looking on that team, right?
Yeah, I mean they're the best of the best.
Doesn't that Maine has like a really hot goalie? I'm not trying to like sexualize women playing hockey, but
yeah, good butterfly.
She's hot, right?
Yeah, but that's cool. Like, like, do you think theoretically, if I change my name to Jordan YN, like, do I? And I maybe wore a wig or grew my flow. Like, could I play?
100, dude, you can do anything now.
Yeah.
That women boxer in the Olympics who was like a dude but not a dude,
yeah,
just knocking out chicks. Like, it's not like you would be hitting.
No, I would be hitting.
You'd be like a finesse guy,
I play
right?
skill game, yeah.
Like, would you be making the first pass on the breakout, or would you just go end to end? Like, what's your game?
Yeah, I would. I don't know, man. I might even play like forward. Test the waters. Play like a big, like heavy left wing kind of Alex Semin like game. Just shoot everything, come down the wall, don't back check. Like, I think I would play like really Russian in women's hockey.
I think the problem is like in the locker room. Like, are you gonna get dressed in the women's locker? You can't do that.
No, I'd probably have to go to the referee locker room.
Get dressed with the boys. Yeah, get dressed with the boys. Yeah. All right, should we get people in here to ask questions live on the show? We're 47 minutes in.
Yeah, flying by. Spencer car battery getting a live look at his chin.
All right, guys, we are gonna bring in a segment on the show. We're about to tweet the link, okay? And you guys can get on here and ask us shit, and it might be crazy. I don't know what's gonna happen here.
So, are we gonna see their chin? Or
yeah, we're gonna see their chin.
Oh, nice.
So, just same rules as always. No N-word, and then for this one, we got to add this since they're coming on camera. Just no nudity.
Yeah.
Don't cam up with your wrench out,
right?
Anything like
this
that.
Isn't chat relay.
To the mayor of North Dakota, by the way.
What did he do?
He just resigned because he accidentally sent a video to someone else in Congress of him jerking it.
Oh, really? He was
tugging? By accident.
Yeah,
like,
man.
He set up a camcorder and was like tugging it on video, and then accidentally sent it. The mayor of North Dakota.
Wow,
it's crazy what's going on in North Dakota right now.
Well, the mayor would be the mayor of a city. Was it the governor or a mayor of a city?
It was the mayor of the city. I don't know which one though.
Yeah. Yeah, let's open up the phone lines. And folks, after this, we're going to drop our newest Utah ski vlog. That'll be live, the premiere, roughly around 5:15. That is Pacific Standard, 8:15 Eastern Standard. And again, if you're in and around the Vancouver area, we are coming to Yo City, baby. We'll be there this Sunday, April the 6th, live show at the Roxy. Good seats, some tickets still available. Go check those tickets out in our ticket link on our Instagram. We've been tweeting out that link like maniacs. But go buy some tickets if you're in and around the chin of Vancouver on Sunday. We're going before the Vegas Golden Knights Vancouver Canucks game. So 5 o'clock at the iconic Roxy. Go check those tickets out. Buy the tickets. Buy the merch too. HockeyNightScottsdale.shop. Again, today, a one-time offer. If you spend over $100 on the shop, I'm going to include a butter golf hat for you. We've had 2 or 3 people already buy today, over $100. We have some other orders that weren't over 100, so you don't qualify for the hat. But if you hit $100, I'm going to include a butter golf hat. We got the preseason hoodie, the chin hats, as well as the patch hats. Go over to HockeyNightScottsdale.shop.
All right, guys, this is the way it's going to work. We're going to throw somebody up on the screen. We're going to put you there. You can ask a question. You can make a statement about something. You can do, I don't really care what you do. We're going to put you up there, and then we're going to put you down. So coming live to the stage, this is the first ever guest publicly for Hockey Night in Scottsdale.
Live call-in segment, April
Live
2nd.
call-in. We're going to go back and forth here and there. Grant, welcome to Hockey Night in Scottsdale.
G-Baby, how we doing,
What's up, fellas? What's going on?
Not much, baby. Where we at?
We're in the chin of Hershey here, the local hockey shop.
Love
We're in
it.
this nice crispy lid here.
Chocolate
What
time,
up?
baby.
That's right. What I was thinking is, so I know your cousin plays for Providence now.
Yep. Jakey.
Oh, shout out Jake Schmaltz getting his first professional hockey game.
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, congrats to Jake. I'm thinking Providence is looking pretty good. Hershey's is looking pretty good. Looking to see them in the playoffs. We'd love to have you boys in Hershey. I got two tickets there in the club for you boys if you want to see Jakey get run by the Bears.
I know, dude, and especially if McElrath, he's been up all year, right? So we don't have to worry about Jakey getting absolutely his head taken off by Diesel. Hershey's a wagon again, man. We might have to get to what's the barn they're called? It's always sold out.
Giant Center.
10,000 strong. It's actually sick.
It's an electric barn.
It is an electric barn. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough place to get to, Bob, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know where Hershey's
Where
at.
would you fly into?
Isn't that where that water park is?
You'd fly into Harrisburg, about 20 minutes away. It's
okay.
It's pretty easy.
The last time I was in Hershey, I was with my cousin. We had to be like somewhere between 8 and 10 years old, and a guy smacked him in the face at the water park, and it was like a big deal. This guy with long black hair, he assaulted my cousin. This guy was probably 30, and that was the last time I was in Hershey. Is it usually like that or what?
Yeah, I'd say there's definitely more dudes in the area. Not a whole lot of chicks to whack, but definitely more angry dudes.
Right. A lot of dudes drinking whiskey, ready to throw.
That's right. I
like that.
They'll pretty much serve anyone in that barn. So being a 20-year-old myself, I'll get served in there and a few shots, a few drinks, and I'm ready to throw hands with a coach, player, whoever.
Right. Throw first, ask questions later, right? Fuck, fight, or hold the light. I like that.
Violence is always the answer. But thanks for the offer, man. Yeah, I don't know if we can get to Hershey. When's the game?
It'll be playoffs, so in May. May or June.
If we can somehow get to Hershey.
Yep, I got 2 tickets waiting for you. So
we appreciate that, man. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for being our first ever caller, man. Have a good day. Sometimes I feel bad when I take them off the screen, but I think that was pretty good. I don't like to interrupt them or anything like that.
No, well, Hershey, maybe someday. We got a few calls.
We got a lot of dudes in here.
We got a lot of dudes. No chicks in the chat.
We're gonna bring another guest live to the stage right now. John, welcome into Hockey Night in Scottsdale call-in segment.
Johnny be good with a tilt like Fernando Rodney on his bucket.
What's up, fellas? Can you hear me?
Fella, how you doing? Height, weight, where are you from?
I'm from the Chin, Boston, actually. Gooch, I met you in May when you were in Southie.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Question, is it gay that I'm drinking wine watching you guys? Just trying to hear your feedback on that.
No, definitely not. I'm a huge wine guy. Everyone doesn't know by now. I love it. And I get called gay all the time for drinking wine. But I always say this. Look, man, if you have a gigantic dildo stuck to the tile of your shower, that would be something that's gay. Drinking wine, in my opinion, not gay. So I think it's a hell of a move, and I respect the hell out of it.
And Swish, I was looking into your hockey DP. You were only in Swiss for 3 games, was it?
Yep.
What's your favorite memory about that there?
Yeah, I was there for probably 5 months, dude. I got absolutely blindsided in a preseason game, and I was conked for like probably 4 months. I kept coming back, trying to play. I was feeling like shit. So I stayed there until like January, but I loved it, man. I mean, I was boozing a little bit, nothing crazy, just with how I was feeling. I was feeling pretty shitty for like 2 months straight, but I was able to get to places like Lake Como, Milan. You could take the train anywhere, bro. We went to even Paris over Christmas for like 3 or 4 days. You could take the speed train, but Swiss is beautiful, man. The trim in Zurich, not perfect, but if you go to the south, like closer to the Italian border, you can find some solid lookers there. So yeah, bro, I don't know if you've ever been over there, but definitely put it on your list. It's a beautiful country.
Yeah, I'm graduating college in like a month, so
yeah,
it's got something to do over the summer, I guess.
Yeah, go on a European bender. That's what you can do. Just go figure it out. Drink some wine, tuck a couple sixes, and just kind of figure it out.
Thanks for the call, man.
Of course, bro. We'll see you. Catch you.
I love that dude's drinking wine with a sideways hat on
Yep.
in Boston. Like, that is Hockey Night in Scottsdale. That is a hockey show. Coming next to the stage. I don't know if this is the real Andre Kostitsyn, but I hope it is. I don't know what we got
Might be
here.
Sergey.
It might be Sergey.
Might be
Undercover is Andre. Andre Kostitsyn. We have the real Andre Kostitsyn live on Hockey Night in Scottsdale. What's up, brother?
What a
What's
duster.
up, fellas? So Swish tweeted earlier today that this is going live at 2 a.m. Moscow time. And I just wanted to let you know that it is 2:58 in Moscow right now. I'm here for work, and I'm
No
singing.
way. You actually are?
Yeah, I'm doing this illegally on a VPN because you can't access American YouTube. So I had to like.
I was gonna say, how are you even calling it? Because I know you can't even get YouTube, let alone porn over there. Like, how are you calling? What system did you hack behind Vladimir
I'm in
Putin
some fucking
to
random
call in?
apartment. Yeah, no, I'm dead. I had to use that shit VPN stuff.
Yeah.
It's like the European thing, but I couldn't read it because of the fucking alphabet.
So
But anyways, I just
don't
wanted to let you
I don't
know.
want to dox you, but what kind of foreign relations you got going? Where are you from originally?
What do you do?
Oh, I live in Boston,
Okay.
hilariously, but I do consulting. So I'm in Russia right now because my consulting firm's the only one that does business with the Russians.
That's all.
What? That's
Wow.
so
Yeah.
fucking sick.
Yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that the Hockey Night in Scottsdale has gone global. It's
is
gone
so sick.
Belarusian, it's gone Russian, and
Are you going to any KHL games while you're over there? Like any Dynamo games or?
oh god, I wish, but I don't have enough time because I'm just working.
Yeah.
So like right now, I have to be up in 3 hours, but I stayed up just so I could call in on the first time.
I love that,
Dude,
man.
listen, man. Now, if you get Brittany Griner over there, we'll go to bat for you. I mean, we respect the hell that you're literally going out of your way. You could potentially be sentenced to a prison camp for getting on here and doing this. So shout out to Andre Kostitsyn doing the damn thing over there. We appreciate that.
Thanks, fellas. Enjoy it. Tuck
Yeah,
it, chin.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
And
Hell of a stash on that guy. That gave me like a guy that's a veteran in a firehouse, putting out fires type of stash.
Yeah, that was a double wide duster. They call that
from Moscow.
And the cool thing about Moscow is now that he's up and he's got a little bit of a jolt of energy, he should check in and try to get a professional over because he could do some damage.
Do you think Russian hookers? They're pretty hot, right?
Oh, they're great.
Pretty hot. Yeah, they keep it clean over there.
Yeah, they keep it very clean.
All right, coming next to the stage, we got a packed house backstage here. Jesus Christ! Kind of like this segment coming live to the stage on Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Carson M
with a bucket on,
wearing a helmet.
Safety first, fella.
Yeah, safety first, boys. Just lettuce was looking a little chopped, so had to toss it on, boys. Here selling some gear. Quick question for you, boys. You ever heard of a reverse Blumpkin?
Oh Jesus!
Won't go further if you don't need me to, but here for
a reverse Blumpkin. So would you be eating? Wait, is she taking a shit?
Yeah.
So she's taking a shit.
She's shitting.
Okay,
yep.
She's shitting on the shitter, but she's facing the normal way you would be.
Yeah.
Which way is she facing on the toilet?
Oh, crazy night in Windsor, Ontario, boys. So she was facing outwards.
Oh, you did that. Sorry to interrupt.
No, not me. Here, let me get the company name out of here. Not me. Buddy, junior buddy last year in Ontario. We were playing blackjack with this kind lady. Mother of 5, Windsor, Ontario.
Oh,
Jesus. Took her back to the hotel room and got the job done. Just thought I would come on here and share the story with you boys.
No, that's great. So who initiated this? Was this her idea or what? How did this unfold?
This was all him. Like, the Caesars in Windsor, all the boys went to hit the club. And then he went back to the room with the lady and then didn't hear from him till 6 a.m. the next day. She had to go take one of her 5 kids to a hockey game and kicked him out of the room.
Wow. Oh my God. So he was like really like she was shitting.
Yep.
That's a long shit.
And boys, we were talking about old ladies earlier, so I was thinking of a story all day to tell, and you guys got my gears moving. So thanks, boys.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being here, man. We appreciate that story. That is insane. So how would you eat a girl's box while she's shitting? Like, would you have to be like head in the toilet like this, like you're getting your hair cut?
Chin up, not tucked for sure. And the crazy thing is he was doing all of that. at a Best Western and just outside of Windsor, Ontario. Like
Yeah.
that's something special to be said of the reverse Blumpkin at a One Diamond hotel.
I just like wouldn't want my mouth that close to poop.
No, and I think that's fair, but that's Windsor.
Okay. All right. Next to the stage, Hockey Night in Scottsdale, bringing in all the live guests of the show. We have Ryan P with the Fernando Rodney tilt.
Oh, yeah.
Tilts tonight.
Rodney the stud. What up, boys?
Fella,
I'm in
how we doing?
the Chin in Connecticut right now, Bridgeport.
Oh my God, Snowport, Connecticut.
Yeah, bro. It's always snowing here, bro.
Oh yeah, it is. The home of a dime bag and a dirty hooker.
Oh yeah. So I wanted to get some advice. Yeah, it's been a crazy week. My girlfriend broke up with me, so I've just been turning to alcohol and drugs.
Yes.
Which is very smart.
It's working so far. I went on a bender with the boys yesterday, all day drinking. So I was any other advice? That's fucking. I mean, it seems like it's working. We'll see what happens, but that's what I'm doing.
I would just like start DMing all of her friends and just don't even say anything too crazy. Just be like, yo.
Yeah.
Like just throw some yos out there. Like
You
really.
up?
Yeah, ask them if they're up. But like if you don't mind me asking, like what happened with the breakup? Like did she gassed you? Like were you doing a little bit of cheating? Like what happened?
Shockingly, no cheating that I know of. I mean, kind of just came out of left field.
Damn, dude.
Blindsided you.
Pretty toxic situationship to start, so it was a lot of red flags. But yeah, so it was bummed. I was bummed out, but whatever.
Yeah, man, it happens. Love hurts here on Hockey Night in Scottsdale. We were just talking about that, but I gotta say, man, shout out to your boys for being there for you on a Tuesday to get shit faced all day, man. That is so Ferda.
$2 Tuesday in Connecticut, brother.
Where'd you guys go? Where did you start off your Tuesday night runner? Like, was it at a Chili's or TGI Fridays? Like, where'd this day take you?
Well, we got out of class and started drinking at 12:30 and just fucking
Okay. Yeah, matinee.
went to the bar at like 9 and just got absolutely blitzed.
Yeah, dude, you have to. I mean, like, listen, I wouldn't say make that bender any longer than a few months or whatever, but, you know, go on a 60-day runner and time heals all wounds. And someone in the chat said, get to the nearest casino. I completely agree.
That's
Like,
a good idea.
how long was this situationship? Like, then I'll be able to kind of gauge how long of a bender you should be going on here.
Like a year and a half.
Okay. So yeah, 60 days is fair. Dude, the thing is, you know, maybe I wouldn't necessarily condone the narcotics. Do what you need to do, but if you keep it grass fed on the dope and the booze, and it'll flush out, man. Like you'll find your chin turn to granite again. But for now, man, just like Rob was even saying, I would just explore the idea of maybe even just DMing like that one friend that was like it was almost like the friend that you would flirt with a little bit. She's like a fringe friend, and then you could go maybe explore something in that vicinity, because that's going to make you feel good inside if you get that done. So
what happens this weekend? I'm going hard this weekend. Maybe I'll just
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. I would just definitely start, you know, maybe hitting on her other friends and maybe to get her be like, oh my God, he's fucking DMing her, and just make it as messy as possible, dude. We only get to live once.
You can always clean it up.
Yeah,
you can always clean it up.
All right. Well, stay strong, brother. Keep that
appreciate
chin tucked. And thanks for calling in. That's a hell of a story, dude. I mean, love does hurt. And any guy that says, like, oh, I broke up and, you know, we broke up and, you know, fuck her anyway. That's just not true. That guy was honest about it. He's like, yeah, I'm down in the dumps, and you have to respect something like that.
And it's pretty cool when you know there's a ton of red flags, but it still keeps pulling you in.
Yeah, I mean, if
like,
she's got a good gummer.
That's what I mean. You know what I mean? Like,
crazy.
it's like, you know, you shouldn't be doing it, but you're dancing with the devil.
It's like, that's the power of the coochie,
and
you know?
But at the same time, it just makes it that much better.
It does. It
You
does.
know?
And even though your mom hates her. And,
Right. Your sister can't stand hanging out with her. It's like, I know why I'm doing this.
Because she's sucking it from the back. All right. Speaking of sucking it from the back, we have a guy backstage named Daddy Fat Sack coming live to the stage in a chin hat.
Right.
Fucking right. Welcome to the show.
What's up, boys? This is a hockey show, right?
This
Yes,
is
sir.
a hockey show, fella. Where you checking in from the chin of?
The chin of Jacksonville, Florida, boys. And I had a question, since this is a hockey show. Sorry, I went to Circle K earlier, so if my words are slurred. But I had a question about SEC basketball, since this is a hockey show. So the Final Fours this weekend, the coach of Florida, just look him up, Todd Golden. Apparently he likes to tape his wrench to his inner thigh during a game.
Wrench tape, classic.
Yeah, classic. So Swish, I know you played at a high level. Gucci, you played at the highest level. I was wondering, should Todd keep the wrench taped to his inner thigh, or should he let it fly? It's such a high stage, it could be bulging out of the pants, but I'll hang up and listen.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. So let me shout out for buying to the merch, man. That really helps us out a lot. Wait, so the coach is tucking his boner during the games?
Yeah, so he has double-sided tape. It's kind of like that electrical tape. Like the friction tape back in the day you could use on your blade?
Yes.
So he's got that on his wrench and into the inside of his pant leg so it doesn't move. Because he takes Cialis before the game, which he needs to feel good. But then he finds himself with a little bit of a chub. So rather than having that thing flap around like a platypus, he keeps it taped and tucked.
Well, is he coaching women's?
He's coaching guys.
Okay.
So he doesn't want to appear gay.
Okay.
So he's wondering from the chin of Jacksonville, Daddy Fatsack, should he stay with what's working or should he let the hose fly and whirly bird that thing for all the beautiful women of San Antonio when he's at the Final Four?
I think you got to stick. You're already so far, man. You got to stick to what's working.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Right?
Stick to what's, yeah.
You got to stick to what's working. I think if you have a routine like that and you make the Final Four and
Right.
part of it includes taping your boner to your leg, you
Yeah.
got to keep doing it.
Well, because you either go up with it or you go down. So it's either tape or you risk the old, tuck with the waistband. But then again, if you celebrate too high and then that boner flies out, now you're on CBS and Jim Nantz has to explain a boner to millions of people.
This is a boner show. Coming next to the stage, no Diddy. Yeah, interesting fact. We're learning a lot here. Did not know that was a thing. Coming next to the stage, the Chinster. Welcome into the hockey show.
The Chinster.
What's up, fellas? You guys are looking sharp.
Fella, where you at right
Thank you,
now?
sir.
How you doing? Where are you from the chin of?
I'm from the chin of Dorchester, Massachusetts. I'm actually coming to you live from the wet deck at Crunch Fitness.
Oh my
Working the old
God.
9 to 5.
Let's go.
This guy's on the clock.
Yep, absolutely. So I know you guys can relate. I got about a $10,000 credit card bill staring me in the face. Yeah, you're good. Sorry, I had someone come up to the desk there.
Check him in. Check him in.
Yep,
Towels in the back.
Absolutely. Yep. So I paid for the express shipping on my chin hat. I think it was like $10, but it took a month and a half to get to me. So I know this is a hockey show, but I'm just wondering what happened there and if there's anywhere on a refund so I can make that minimum payment.
Yeah, we'll hang up and listen.
Yeah,
hang up and listen. Absolutely.
I mean, listen, this is a guy that's working on the job.
Yep.
And if he paid for that shipping and we didn't get that out in time, granted, not an excuse show, but we were on the road a lot. But this guy's a working man. He has a maxed out credit card, which I respect.
Yep.
We got to help this guy out.
Get another credit card and we will give him his $10 back.
If he gets another credit card, wait, hold on. He has to get another credit card. If you open up another credit card, we will give you your $10 back.
Yeah, that's a 1-for-1 deal.
And you have to send us a picture of the front and the CVV code.
And it's cool too. You go to a place like Dick's Sporting Goods and open up one of their credit cards, right? Because then you get like a free thing of Quench gum.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool.
Quench gum.
You save like $50 that day, but then again, the interest rate on everything is going to be double because it's through Dick's Sporting Goods. So that's one thing. Like if you're at somewhere that offers you a credit card, always sign up for it.
The amount of Massachusetts and Northeast kids, I think we've only had Boston and Connecticut in the chat, which I like because they are loose cannons. Coming next to the stage live on Hockey Night in Scottsdale, we got a caller named Matt Bart. Welcome to the show, Matt.
Iced out, Bart. How you doing, fella?
What's good, boys? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
sir.
can. Loud and clear. Where are you checking in from the chin of, fella?
From the chin of Jersey City, Dirty Jersey.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Not to be confused with Snowboken. How are you?
Pretty good, boys. I'm in my car driving home. I just want to say before I ask my question, I have a long drive to work every day and love listening to the pod. You guys juice me up before work. So I
appreciate it, brother.
Yes. My question is, a couple weeks ago, I know you guys were telling a pretty good story about the gay Starbucks employee, and you guys were listing out like the top 3 gayest things you could do. I know number 1 was obviously sucking a wrench. Number 2 was picking up seashells on the beach. Number 3 was ordering a tall from Starbucks. I just wanted to know what you would round off the top 5 with. Would you say the 4th and 5th gayest things you could do are?
Oh, my God. That's a great question, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck.
we'll have to let me give me about 17 seconds to think about this, hang up and listen, and we'll figure it out here.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the format. Like, do we let them talk and then take them off the screen, or sometimes we talk back and forth with them? That's a really good question. All right, so top 5 gayest things you can do.
Yep.
So number 1 was sucking a wrench. Number 2 was picking up a seashell on the beach. Number 3 was ordering a tall iced coffee from Starbucks. And now we have 2 more slots to fill in. Like the gayest thing you can possibly
I would
do.
say one of my hard and fast rules that I always throw out there that comes to mind is never tag team someone with a blood relative, because that gets gay. Like, you don't want to be whacking someone with your brother or cousin. That's weird.
Yeah, I would say like texting your boy and asking him if he got home safe.
Yeah,
that's gay.
That's really gay. Yeah, you're right. That's a good one.
That's gay as hell. If you're a lifeguard doing CPR on a dude, even though he's like pretty much shuddered and dead on the ground, like, I'm not about to kiss this guy. You should have learned how to swim.
Just let him die.
That's
because it's then you wouldn't be considered gay.
I wouldn't let him die. Like, I would do mouth to mouth, but it's still gay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other things like
yeah, he's putting us on the spot. 2 like gayest things to do. Like, I don't know, maybe
like eating mac and cheese with a spoon.
I don't know. Is that gay?
I don't know. Spoons can get gay.
Spoons are a little gay.
Yeah.
What about like covering your soup in the microwave? Like just let it fucking explode all over your microwave.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who gives a shit?
Like, if you're putting a paper towel over your bowl of soup in the microwave when you're reheating it, like, that's so gay.
Letting your pizza cool off before it's, a temperature where it doesn't burn the top of your mouth. Just fucking eat it, man.
Yeah. Wearing your seatbelt's gay.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I'm not a seatbelt guy, but I know a lot of people are.
Yeah. Wearing a cage in men's league, that's pretty gay.
That's a good one.
Right?
What else is pretty gay? I was gonna say like listening to Kygo, but I listen to Kygo all the time. I don't know if that means I'm gay. I love Kygo.
Shopping at Brooks Brothers.
That's pretty gay. Oh, wearing sunscreen. That's depending on where you are.
Because it's really nails to think you're tougher than the sun.
Yeah.
Like that's when you get to me, you're like, wow, that guy, like his skin, like he permanently damaged it for life. But he thought he was tougher than the sun. That's pretty cool.
What about like spotting your boy in the gym? Is that gay?
That was one thing that kind of came to my mind, is like, if you're spotting a guy in a deep squat and you both have bro tanks on, that's a little gay.
Okay. What about like having a candle lit in your house?
Yeah, maybe.
I have a candle right there.
I like candles though.
Candles aren't. I mean,
candles set the mood. I don't know. There's a lot of
we got to come out with that list.
That's up for discussion.
Yeah, that is up for discussion.
I would say even just, I don't know, like eating a hot dog without a bun. It's pretty gay.
Yeah, especially if it's in one bite.
You know what I mean? You're just holding it.
I don't know anyone that's ever done that.
Yeah. In Europe, where at hockey games, they give you a bucket of hot dogs, and people would just take them out of the cup and just whack the wrench. Like, that's pretty gay.
I feel like kissing a guy on the lips is gay.
Yeah.
All right, coming next to the stage on a live hockey show where we just listed out a ton of gay stuff. Fella number 1, welcome into the hockey show.
Number 1, how you doing? Where are you checking in from the chin of?
Hey, fellas. Well, currently I'm actually in the chin of a tornado. It's starting to rain up here, so I'm a little worried about that. But I'm born and raised in the chin of St. Louis.
Ooh.
Swish.
Yes, sir.
Fella, I saw you tweet about Wheelhouse the other day. I feel like we can do a bit better than that. I wonder if you spent some time over at OB's. I know JB Snow, your dear buddy, likes to hang out over there. I feel like there's some better spots in St. Louis than Wheelhouse. I'm wondering what other spots you've checked out over your years in St. Louis.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. I think.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, listen, we went to Wheelhouse. We have a good relationship with the people at Wheelhouse. They've helped us out over the years. But, man, I threw out that tweet yesterday about St. Louis, and obviously I've been to OB Clark's. I don't know if that's necessarily a spot that could host us for a venue and a live show. A great bar, nonetheless. Jimmy O'Brien's an awesome dude. But Ballpark Village, right near where Busch Stadium is, that is what I'm hearing is the move. And I've been there a ton. They got a professional bull riding bar there, PBR, a great space. I don't know, like it would probably require like a really big crowd of, I don't know, like at least a couple thousand people. So I don't know if we can move that many people into a building. You never know. But the response from people in St. Louis is like, they want hockey night there.
Yeah, bro. You text me. You're like, we got to get back to St. Louis, and I was like, obviously, yeah, but I was like, what's the cause? I didn't see your tweet yet, and you're like, dude, people really want us to come. It was a great show last time. I mean, granted, I got shit faced and I was throwing up the entire time after, but the good people of St. Louis, they were animals, dude. That was back when I was doing a lot of cocaine too.
Yeah.
Now I'm not, but it was really good. Everyone had their own personal baggie and shit.
Yep.
But drug talk aside, the crowd was great. Wheelhouse, yeah, we had a great relationship with them. They were awesome. They made t-shirts for us. Everything was really cool.
Yeah, it was sick. I don't know. I was just floating the idea out there just to see the response we would get. And I definitely think if we could make something work with playoffs, we would love to get to St. Louis. Now the dollar's got to make sense, but we got to get there. The people like there was the outreach was insane. Like they really want Hockey Night in Scottsdale back in St. Louis. So we'll see if we can make it happen.
Yeah, fucking dude, I would love to go back. All right, coming live to the stage, Hockey Night in Scottsdale. We're gonna take a couple more now. I just realized our Utah ski video just dropped as we're doing this.
Yes, so go check that out after. Obviously, you're watching this.
T Snow, welcome to the show. Is that a Hockey Night in Scottsdale hat I see there?
Yes, sir. How we doing, fellas?
Yeah, dude. Thank you. We appreciate that. Welcome in.
Thanks, boys. So I was at the live show in Chicago, and funny story with the whole ketamine swap to your buddy from Toronto. Basically, remember that guy with the typewriter jaw?
Yes.
So he's dishing out bumps all night. We're in the stall. We were hanging out with your buddy from Toronto. He's like, "Oh, how's the ski States? I've never done it here before." We're like, "Yeah, it's great. Like, we'll give it to you." So he's in the stall with us. Some point in the next hour, I'm like, holy shit, I think I got bean dropped. Like, what the hell happened? Figure it out, got bag swapped. And then I'm wondering the rest of the night, like, I wonder if we gave it to that guy too. And then I saw on the show, you were like, oh yeah, my buddy took off all his clothes and left it at the bar because he got ketamine thinking it was blow. So I was involved in that, but it was the typewriter jaw kid who distributed it.
And that'll happen. I mean, that's a tale as old as time. The classic mix-up between the Snow and the K. And yeah, my buddy, who I'm not going to say his name on the show just for security reasons, ended up leaving half his laundry at the bar. I think he walked out, somehow made his way to the hotel that he was staying at with his wife, and actually ended up getting a room by himself. And yeah, he woke up in just a pile of sweat.
Wait, hold on. So he was trying to do blow, but he ended up in a K-hole because it was actually ketamine, or other way around?
No.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the first way. He thought it was blow, and then it turns out it was ketamine. I got swapped too, and all of a sudden later on, I'm like, what the hell happened? And I'm like, oh, I feel bad for that guy because he did a lot of it.
Well, that's just a Monday night at the barn, right?
Yeah.
That's the pre-New Year's Eve special. It's just that's gonna happen. Sometimes you're gonna do ketamine and you thought it was blow.
The one thing I really like about our shows is that everybody's a complete drug addict. Like, I did not know what was going on. Like in Buffalo, kids were coming on stage to do our beer pong competition and flip cup, and everybody had their own personal bag. And I was like, what is going on here? Like, is the venue gonna care? Like, what is actually happening? But I mean, this is a hockey show, and sometimes people like to snow. So yeah, that sucks, man. Getting in a K-hole, oh man, it's the worst. I'm not the biggest ketamine guy, but when you're in that K-hole, like the only way out is to you got to put on like Rufus Du Sol and just,
really?
Yeah, dude, it helps. It does. It's just like
also, fuck that guy who made that Rogers comment. That guy was an asshole. Fuck
yeah.
Yeah. What was going on? Dude, that was my first time, and we just lost him.
That's all right.
Yep. We just lost him. Yeah, we're in the middle of a live show, and a guy was like heckling me. It was really weird. And usually I would chirp back like I did at the New York show. But for some reason, it just threw me off because he was in the first row and his girlfriend was there, and I signed her jersey. So I didn't want to be rude I never want to be rude to somebody that buys a ticket to the show.
Yeah.
But he was heckling me, and it just put my brain in a pretzel. But from now on, if anyone heckles me during the show, I'm going in on him. Confirmed.
Does ketamine and cocaine have the same consistency? Like, do they look pretty similar? Or could you like tell like the weight and just?
No, you can't. It's hard to tell unless the ketamine is pink.
Okay.
But again, I gotta stop talking about drugs. So everyone thinks I'm like a massive drug addict.
Yeah,
I really don't care. But ketamine like can be different colors. Like sometimes it could be blue.
Blue K.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Special K.
Hockey show.
All right, we're gonna take a couple more here. Coming live to the stage now, we have a guy named Quinn Chin. Welcome into the show. Hell of a beanie.
What up? How we doing, fellas?
Good fella. How about you?
Fella, where are you checking in from? Are you in AZ right now?
No, I look like I am, but I am from Sioux City, Iowa, fella. I'm the buddy who bothers you, eh?
Shout out to the Tyson Event Center. Shout out
still
to all
there.
the good Hispanic people of South Sioux City at the Chicken Factory. What's up, fellas? Sioux City, Iowa. Holy shit. How is it there? They still got the Olive Garden?
Olive Garden's still there. Everything's still there. All the chains, you know, Red Robin. Still got La Juanitas, though. That's still going.
That's a good spot.
Still going. But my question.
Yep.
Jackie, KPTH, Fox 44. Give me the story. I'll hang up.
What do you say?
Jackie, KTPH, give me the story. Or
KPTH, Fox 44. Jackie Schmillion.
Jackie Schmilly? Is that a stage name?
Is that your ex?
Yeah. There was a story you had about if she was the weather lady. She would always, you know, call. She'd be at the games and she tried to have threesomes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's not her name, but yep, we'll hang up. I'll take the call. I know exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We
Thank you for calling in.
Yeah. So there used to be this lady that worked at a news station in Sioux City. That wasn't her name, but she would get shit-faced. And after the games, especially on Friday or Saturday night, when we didn't have a game the next day, we'd have to do like these post-game battles, they call them, where you go meet all the mutant super fans over at like an Applebee's, or I think the other restaurant was Old Chicago.
Okay.
So you'd have to go there. You'd have to pop in. It was a part of the booster club. You'd have to say hi, shake some hands, sign some babies. And these were just full-on mutants. I mean, people in Sioux City, Iowa.
Okay.
3 teeth, some are here, some are there. But this lady, this weather lady, she was probably 30 years old at the time. And, you know, junior hockey, you got guys anywhere from 16 to 21. She would pop into these post-game battles and she would pre-orchestrate like a meetup on Facebook. Like, hey, what are you doing tonight? I'm going to be here at the post-game battle at Applebee's. I'll take you home. She'd be drunk, but she'd drive you home. So she would set up these threesomes for guys to go participate at her humble 1-bedroom abode in Sioux City. And at the time, like it was a pretty good deal, a transaction for some of the guys. Now, I never got in on it. She had reached out, but at the time I just thought it was a little weird because I was 16 or 17. You know
so she was trying to bang the players.
Yeah.
Okay.
She did bang the players.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she would orchestrate like
she would
a different 2-on-1 every night. You know what I mean? So
is she orchestrating? Is she like a pimp sending girls to or it's her?
No, it's her.
Okay.
You're getting her at face value, but some nights it might just be a 1-on-1 with a guy she wanted, or she wanted, you know, to premeditate maybe a 2-on-1. But it was always, you know, different rostered players. Like some nights she wanted the second line center and the fourth defenseman. Maybe the one night she just wanted to take the fighter on 1-on-1, just a cage match.
Okay, so low key a pedophile though, because the kids were 16.
Well,
if a girl's a pedophile though, it's usually not as egregious.
I would say most of the guys were probably 20, 19, 20, 21.
Oh, okay, that's legal though.
Yeah, so it was
There's
legal
consent.
for sure, but that's I think what he was alluding to.
Good question from the chat. Was she hot?
Sioux City 6, so Real World 4. Yeah, not bad.
We're gonna take one more here before we get going, and then we're gonna tell you guys what to comment on the video when it publishes to get one of these jerseys we're gonna ship out. And I have the winner to announce. Drew from Miami, welcome into the show, Drew.
What up, guys?
From the chin of the 305, shout out Dade County, baby. What's good?
305 Dade County rep. Question for you guys. So I don't really take advice from my financial guy. What are some tips to raise your credit score?
So turning to Hockey Night in Scottsdale for credit score advice, not your guy at Merrill Lynch. Probably starts off with paying your credit card bills.
Yeah, I would just pay it, but at the same time, keep spending. I mean, that's the most important thing you do. Show these banks that you're not afraid to keep spending their money. But yeah, I would start by just paying anything that's past due. That's a good one. It looks like you had a little bit of tint to you. That doesn't help. Credit unions will literally knock down your score a couple points if you're black or a little bit darker. They do love messing with the non-whites, which I am completely against. So maybe go out and try to drink some of that Michael Jackson juice to get your tone a little bit whiter. Because TransUnion, Equifax, there's one more. The big three, they really love discrimination. So they will keep mailing you things that will bring down your score. But also, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a guy in a sideways chin hat. But yeah, I would just start with paying your bills. Well, also, who cares what your credit score is? Who gives a shit? It doesn't even matter anymore.
No, it doesn't matter because you can always open up, like we said, a new credit card. It doesn't matter. Like when one maxes out, another door opens.
This is a credit podcast.
And at the end of the day, like, pay whatever you want.
Yeah. Also, what else can raise your credit score? You can start banging a chick that works when there. They have like crazy powers over there.
Yeah, they do.
Just raise your score. Yeah. All right, we're actually gonna take one more. Guy trickled in at the end here. Custom Chin Hat. Welcome to the show, baby.
Hey,
Custom
boys,
Chin
how you
Hat
doing?
fella.
Hey,
good. How about you, fella?
Keep her tucked.
Keep
I'm
her
broke. I
tucked,
can't afford the chin hat.
fella.
It's the Walmart one. One question for you. What's the craziest thing that you guys had to autograph? This goes for both of you. Just curious.
Ooh, okay. Thanks for the question. Great question here. Immediately, first thing that comes to my mind is tits.
Yeah.
But
Something
other
wraps.
than that, because that's kind of like a cool thing. I don't know if that's crazy.
Yep.
Nicky Smokes asked us, he goes, what was it like to sign a pair of tits? And I was like, you know what? I never really got to reflect on that. It was cool. But anyway, the craziest thing. I mean, you play pro hockey. You probably have a good one.
I signed a baby's head one time, a forehead.
Get the fuck out of here. That's cool. What city was that in?
It was actually in Sioux City.
Fuck
it was,
yeah, dude.
It was after it was my first year, and there was this crazy Asian mom that just loved the hockey team there. And she's like, "Can I get your autograph?" And I said, "Can I sign your baby?" And
Okay, so you initiated it.
Right.
Okay.
But
either way, it's cool.
she didn't say no.
Yeah.
Signed a baby. It was like an Expo marker, you know, you can kind of wash it off.
Yep.
Like the ones you use on a dry erase board. That was it. But yeah, I remember walking out of a game signing a baby. Because I always wanted to do it because, you know, in Talladega Nights when he says, "Sure, ma'am, I'd love to sign your baby."
Mhm.
That was always what came to my mind, and that movie had just came out.
That's a cool
So
one.
I was like, "Yeah, I'm signing the baby."
I signed a vape.
Yeah,
I signed a vape in Toronto at Toronto show when everyone was throwing shit on stage. I signed a vape. That was pretty cool.
cans of chew,
I don't know if that's crazy. Yeah, I signed cans of chew.
glasses.
I also don't get asked for my autograph that much, so that's pretty much all I got.
Right.
But,
Yeah, I'm
but
trying to think of other things. I don't know, maybe like a car. I don't know.
You
The
ever
vape-
signed like a chick's ass or anything?
Yes, I have, but not in a
Not in like a not in like a public forum
yeah.
where like someone's coming up
Yeah.
and dumping out their cheeks.
Yeah, exactly. Not in that way. But yeah, I have.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this show up. It's also my sister's birthday today, and we have a reservation 30 minutes, and I'm gonna have to push back, which is fine. This is way more important. No disrespect. Now, at the end of every show, guys, and I'm gonna read the winner for last week too. The winner of last week's giveaway for a piece of merch, we are gonna ship it to you, is C10 John, who commented on the last video. Email us at hockeynightinscottsdale@gmail.com to claim your prize. At C10 John. Thank you for playing. This week, as soon as we end this stream, you got to comment on the video. You got to be subscribed. You got to like the video, and you got to comment on the video. And we pick someone every week. And this week, we're giving out this Hockey Night in Scottsdale Men's League sweater jersey. It's a great jersey. I love it. I'm going to wear it out tonight. And also, as a bonus, comment on the Utah ski video that's out right now. And the topic this week for the comment is
best nickname someone's ever gave you. So comment your favorite nickname for yourself on this YouTube video, and we will pick out a winner for whoever we think has the best nickname. So once this drops, go over to the YouTube comment section, like this, subscribe if you haven't, and then comment your best nickname. Everyone's always got 2 or 3 different nicknames, but what's like your best one that all your boys call you or you find the funniest? And go check out that Utah ski footage, man. We did a lot of work on that. It's taken a little bit longer than we thought. So go like, share that shit, comment on it if you like it. Maybe the best one-liner you hear in the vlog. But share that shit all over the place because that will be live right now. And again, as always, Hockey Night in Scottsdale.shop. We'll be in fucking Vancouver this weekend. Got a live show at the Roxy. Fellas and Bob Gucci, we're going live again on Friday. So we don't stop.
Friday morning.
People. That was a good call-in segment, man. I enjoyed it. A lot of good people. No ruthless fans. Everyone just a lot of chins, a lot of sideways hats. Some good shit, man.
we got to keep that going. It's a cool segment. I liked it. I didn't know if it was going to be funny. It was going to be stupid. I think it was good. We got a lot of, last time I did this, people were just farting into their microphone. Like, all right. Well, now I can taste it. Ketchup and onions. All right, guys, go comment your favorite nickname for you. And you know what? If you don't have one, if you have a buddy that has like a hilarious nickname, comment that too. Go comment on the Utah ski video. It's out right now. Thank you for joining. Hockey Night in Scottsdale.shop for all the merch. We're out. Thank you. Best fans.